They'll be as crucial to your business in the coming century as railways, airways, and highways were in the last century. Okay, so who are digital disruptors? What are they? Who are they? How and why are they? Let's kind of get this. Let's get this clarified. A digital disruptor is not necessarily somebody who creates an application and puts it on the market. A digital disruptor is anybody who basically uses the digital medium to provide, more value, free value. I think the term I actually learned in the book Digital Disruptors is Freemium, which is really interesting. So they provide, as much free value using free tools as they possibly can. And the whole idea is to basically, build their brand, build more capabilities for the consumer, the consumer market, right? To build as much value for the consumer market and put as much out there as possible without actually increasing the costs of, marketing, of distribution, of anything really. Digital disruptors, they bring a new mindset to every field. They ask the questions that are really about, the customer experience. They ask customer experience focus-based questions, as opposed to how to sell another product that people may already have. How to sell products that they may already have the means to make, market, and sell. Digital disruptors, are more interested in providing, more free tools to the market. Which really is amazing, and I think Apple actually has a couple of slogans that really can bring this to life. The first one being "Think Different," right? Of course, digital disruptors are always thinking different. They're always branching out. They're always trying something new on the digital platform. And like I said, it doesn't always have to be an application. They can provide just something on the digital platform that previous industries that really harness this capability to make max profit off of it, and profit at every stage. A digital disruptor is not really necessarily interested in profiting at every stage. They're more interested in putting out free tools to help other people. And Apple's other slogan that kind of comes into place for this, right, is "From one gift come many." That's actually one of my favorites. I'm probably definitely going to get that put on a T-shirt because it's just so applicable across so many platforms. When you provide something for free, right? There's a collaboratory process that takes place there that really kind of helps accentuate the market's capabilities. When people can't afford to do something, they're not going to do it. It just depends on how driven they are, what price value points are available to them, and by breaking that barrier, people have much more access. People can learn more. Think about what what the age of the internet did to the library, right? There's so little need for people to go to to the library these days because they can find it online, or they can find the book they're looking for specifically cataloged in a place to buy it or rent it. Chegg's a digital disruptor. Amazon is definitely that's probably one of the most well-known digital disruptors because it basically took people away from the mass box stores to buy the things they want. Now you can just whip open an application on your smartphone. You're already logged in. Key logging, key login, I believe, where they save your password. A digital disruption. Anything that makes life easier, that interrupts a previously established, gigantic industry, that's a digital disruptor. They make it, easily accessible to everybody, easy to use, access to information and knowledge at the tip of your fingers with just a couple of clicks or taps or swipes or whatever, right? You may have ambivalent feelings towards a digital disruptor, especially if they've disrupted your specific field. Think what Uber did to the taxi business, right? Now anybody can be a taxi driver, and you're probably better off using an Uber taxi driver versus a regular taxi driver because you can create your own profiles, you can meet the person, you can see what they're driving, you can see their reviews versus a regular taxi. You don't get the same thing with a regular taxi, right? Think QuickBooks. What did QuickBooks do to the accounting firm industry? QuickBooks gives anybody the ability to be their own accountant. And for, independent entrepreneurs, I mean, being your own accountant is just like, you don't have to, you don't have to go through a variety of phone calls. You don't have to have meetings. You don't have to do a ton of things just to get, just a little bit of information done. Get your numbers in line, get your, your profit, your net growth, spending habits, it's just prospective growth, where your money's at. You have access to this now. You can do this. It's all in your own hands, and that is thanks to a digital disruptor. What did PayPal do to banking? What did PayPal do to the whole need, the desire for, cash, checks, tracking people down? I remember the time before PayPal where I actually had to go track people down for my money. Now, for 3% or something like that, 3% of the overall value, you can just swipe a card, get it directly into the bank. You can send emails of invoices. It's just like that digital disruption has made things so much easier. What prospects does Periscope bring to the table? Thanks to via Twitter. Twitter just released Periscope just a little over a year ago, and it's the 24/7, 365, anywhere in the world. As long as you're connected to Wi-Fi, you can broadcast yourself. You can broadcast events. So, in the book, the digital disruption by James McQuivey, right? If people get engaged, if they leave comments, they don't have to be great comments, but leave feedback. I'd say here in the next week, if I get enough solid comments, I'll give away a Pichu Pokemon plush doll. So leave a comment below. Check out the digital disruption by James McQuivey. Great read. But anyway, thank you for joining me on ShopTalk. This is Steve with Regions.